stock of the day, I thought we'd have a look at Western Areas, which reported today. The company reporting a net loss of $7 million as revenue falls by 17%. The company was impacted by lower nickel production due to its unplanned operation issues in the first half of the year, which offset the rise in the price of nickel. It comes after mining magnate Andrew Forrest picked up about 5% stake in the company last week. Forrest moves follows a takeover attempt by Wyloo Metals for Canadian nickel miner Norant, putting him up against BHP, which has also lobbed a bid to take over the company. Now, the company, Dan Longer, the MD, says the company was able to overcome the first half challenges to deliver an improved second half earnings.
Yes, obviously you've got the IGO talk as well. So obviously there's mention there that preliminary talks with IGO regarding potential takeover there. So obviously the share price has jumped here on that corporate activity. So the thing that bothers me there, obviously we've had operational issues with the company. So the result is probably not as strong as a lot of people are hoping for. The other thing is that the nickel price, if you actually look at the nickel chart, it's actually, it's been on a bit of a tear as well. It's like a lot of the commodities. So as we've seen with some of these commodities, they're a little hot. It's a little bit of a negative there because if the nickel price does sort of pull back here, then that impacts the earnings there. So they just haven't been able to prosper in that period there. But at the moment, you've got a little bit of corporate activity going there, so probably the stock's potentially seen as a bit of a takeover here target. But it's funny that the management aren't really sort of talking it down. They're sort of saying that they're open to talk, so that's sort of pushed the price up here a bit. So just interesting. I don't know. It's I don't know how you play this one. Actually, for me, it's too hard there, just because the price has already jumped. So if they walk away, then the price will come back. So if it does get taken out, it'll probably get taken out at obviously a bit more of a premium. But the fact that it's already jumped quite a bit here would just make me a bit cautious to join in here.
Yep. Howard, what's your view on a company like this? Not something that is generally in Teaminvest wheelhouse, a stock like this, is it?
No, and in fact, from a Teaminvest point of view, I mean, we have occasionally had some member mention it, and every time we've looked at it, it's always had a wonderful excuse as to why that year wasn't as good as it previously thought it was going to be. It seems to be one of these serial underperformers that's always gonna do something well, but never seems to get it right. It either suffers from the nickel price being too low, or it suffers from an operational issue. So one or the other seems to happen year after year after year after year. So this is a company that in the last 12 or 13 years has never really made a decent return on the equity tied up of investors in the company. So definitely wouldn't enthuse us. I mean, I can't see anywhere on my graph going all the way back a year where their return on, in 2011, they had quite a good return on equity, but that's about it. So a definite no from a Teaminvest point of view.
Right.